Talk me through it. What you think? Because going into it, Amanda Ribas was a huge favorite. Not many people were talking about Marina Rodriguez, but how did you feel about this fight?
So Ribas came out. She had a great first round, but then Rodriguez started piecing her up. And early into the second round, catches a huge right hand, swarms. There's the stoppage issue with Herb Dean. Herb looked like he was about to stop it. He didn't. People are missing what the real stoppage issue was. Herb should have been communicating a little bit more with the fight back. Like, we don't hear that enough anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like, at least. By the way, something else I realized. You know something we used to get that we never, ever see anymore? It just doesn't occur? Is them replaying good prelims on the main card if there's time.
Yeah.
That just left. And that used to be a big thing. Like, oh, shit, they're going to show this knockout. This dude knocked this dude out in like 20 seconds. Take a look. You know, that used to be like dope because you knew it was going to be like they were showing you like a short fight with a good highlight reel. Anyway, Marina Rodriguez, she ends up finishing her again. So I really don't think Herb actually fucked up too badly here. Some people are more mad about it. Herb's still relatively good most of the time. Marina Rodriguez is one of the best at 115, especially on the feet. She's one of the best strikers in this division. She beat Tisha Torres in an upset. Now she beat Amanda.
I thought she had. Oh no, sorry, my bad. I'm thinking about Esparza. She had a draw with. She had a split decision loss to Esparza.
She had a split decision loss to Esparza, and it was that weird one where she was winning up until like halfway, and Daniel Cormier was kind of like, Carla Esparza needs to do this. Right. Carla Esparza needs to do that. And then she made those adjustments and was able to win the fight. So it's like, okay, I agreed. And it was a split decision loss that she easily, I think I scored against her, to be honest. But that one has a little bit of an asterisk around it, even if you take it as a straight up Esparza win, because she has the equivalent of another coach in a UFC Hall of Famer right there for her. You know what I mean?
Against her
in a way that's especially unfair for Marina because she can't speak English that well. So, like, she has no chance of even understanding that that's happening, and like trying to be like, "Shut up," like, chill, shut up. Like, I'm a clinch next to the cage.
I mean, that's a pretty good record she's got so far. So she had
13-1. She beat fucking Tisha Torres and Amanda Ribas in her last couple fights.
She was very upset. She said that at least people now know who she is, which, you know, looking at her record going into the fight, kind of in retrospect, hindsight. Yeah, people should have made a bigger deal about who she was. This is more of a closer fight in hindsight.
Absolutely. 100%. She had earned top 10. She was the favorite in terms of the ranking, and she had earned that in a way that Ribas hadn't. And yeah, she turned her back. She to even say she held the gate probably isn't accurate, right? Yeah. Because she's still on her own climb.
She's still a young girl who's been in the UFC, who's had a great resume so far. Even the fights she hasn't won, or they had been draws or split decisions, are still fights that should propel her forward, especially where she is in her career.
By the way, how many women at 115 are hitting like that?
Yeah.
In a way where she can like really rock other, you know, women on the feet. Guys, that's not every woman in this division. That is a shorter list than you might imagine, and she's on it. That rocks.
The strawweight, who would you put her against next? I personally have a choice, but who would your choice be?
Her at strawweight, oh boy, great question. I think she was originally scheduled to fight Michelle Waterson at some point.
That's who I would pick. I would have called out Michelle Waterson ASAP. That's a big name. It'll get you maybe like top billing because she's so popular. A lot of eyes on you. And I think it's a winnable fight for her.
It also might not be a bad idea for her to be like, hey, Carla, I know what happened last time. You basically cheated. It's not true, but like she should use it for a call out, right? She should basically be like, yeah, you had an unfair coaching advantage. You deserve it. You owe me one. Flagpole, 3 p.m.
I love to see it. I mean, wow, man, if Carla Esparza can go from getting embarrassed by Joanna and coming back to win the title at some point in her career, that'd be one of the greatest comebacks in MMA history.
Tell me why Li Zhang doesn't have a wrestling deficiency that we just haven't seen exploited yet.
Yeah.
Maybe she does. Crazier shit's happened. You remember when Frankie Edgar beat BJ Penn? Ain't nobody seen that one coming either. Shit happens. That's the crazy thing, and I always try to remember that with these champions, because right now we have like so many undefeated champions and shit. Like you never see it coming until it happens, and then you can't believe it that you didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
How could Max Holloway lose to Alexander Volkanovski? No way. He's got this title on lock. He's so good. And then he loses.
Man, that trilogy is going to seem very much Pacquiao Marquez to me because I truly saw Max Holloway win the rematch.
Disagree, sir. I had it for Volkanovski in real time, and I have the tweets to prove it at Joe at Fanatics.
And see, that's how I see the Pacquiao versus Mayweather. I mean, Pacquiao versus Marquez. I have this series 1-1-1. I think 1-1-1. No, 1-1 and 2. So I have 2 draws and 1 each. Obviously, Marquez knocking him out.
You hipster.
So I have a tie series.
It's one of those things that happens. It's like fucking Shevchenko and Nunes. They could have a third fight to figure out who's best. Meanwhile, one girl in this case is 2-0.
But with all of those fights, except for one with Marquez, you could really argue either guy won that fight.
That's true. I'm not disagreeing, but to call 2 of them draws.
Yeah, I mean, but one of them was legitimately a draw.
One of them was legitimately a draw.
Okay. Side note, no more talking about a fight that happened 15 years ago. Anyway, was there any other fights in this card that you want to go over that you thought was impactful or that was going to make a big difference going forward?
Man, just this one, Juliana Pena, with a call out of Amanda Nunes saying that Nunes is ducking her. And it was like, I knock out 3 bitches a year. What are you talking about ducking you? I thought it was, she had a big win over Sarah McMahon. That's a big win, good win. Sarah McMahon, all-time good status, not all-time great status, unfortunately, it looks like. But man, Juliana Pena, she can go. I don't think she should get the title shot. She's still probably like 2 wins away, if we're being honest, considering she got tapped out by Jermaine Durandame in her last fight. Kind of an issue when you get submitted by one of the worst grapplers in the UFC.
Yeah.
And that's your thing. But she can still win a ton of fights. And she does have like a little bit of heat on the mic. Like she doesn't not know how to talk. And so I think that that was interesting. What do you think of that call out?
I thought that was a good call out. I mean, she's always been great at marketing herself. A win over Sarah McMahon isn't what a win over Sarah McMahon was 5 years ago.
That's true.
Obviously, because you're in the undercard, you're not even in the main card. But she's got a ticking time. Her clock is ticking. How long she's going to be relevant in the sport, the way the sport is evolving and her skill sets. I mean, it's only so long, and she's not evolving at the same level as these new people who are coming in.